Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we're doing the crossword for Monday, April 28th, 2025. So, on this perfect Monday, did you do the crossword?
I did do the crossword.
And was it a perfectly good crossword?
It was.
Good? Good?
It was. And you surprised me that you didn't mention anything
About the Canadian election. Well, that's because currently there's a news blackout.
Oh.
Actually, that isn't quite true.
There isn't.
But I'm too much on tenterhooks to even begin to discuss the issue. So
Yes, listeners, one person in our household is extremely excited about this election.
yes,
And it is not me. So.
drat, the truth comes out. All right. Well, I don't think there were any clues whatsoever that related to Canada in today's grid, so Will was not going for a theme here.
Definitely not.
But there was a theme, and it was a cute one.
It was. And I loved it, of course, because there was animation. Although very slight.
See, I totally missed the animation aspect of it.
Oh, Yep, animation.
Okay,
well, there were 5 clues in the theme. The last one was kind of a revealer, but it was also had the same pattern as the theme clues. The answers were Jack of all trades, 5-year-old, know-it-all, mother-in-law. And then 58 across was the revealer, one with many talents and a hint to the theme clues. And the answer to that was multi-hyphenates, which I've never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
But when you solve the puzzle, if you solved it correctly, the hyphens in all of those theme clues appeared.
Yes.
So it was Jack hyphen of hyphen all hyphen trades.
So did you actually see them appear?
Yes.
Did they slowly dissolve into existence, or did they just poof, they were there?
They were there.
Ah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yep, you get the little happy music and the little note that says you've solved it, and there they were.
Free hyphens just for the asking.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes, but all of the theme clues were hyphenated words.
Mm-hmm.
Jack of all trades, 5-year-old, know-it-all, and mother-in-law. Yep.
Yes, and those were great clues.
Yeah. But the rest of the puzzle, for me anyway, was a cakewalk, and I don't think that's hyphenated, but it was very easy for me.
Right.
I got it done in just a little over 5 minutes.
Ooh.
I didn't even have to go to the downs until I was halfway through.
Mm-hmm.
I got all the acrosses, and I think they were all correct. So
Wow.
Anyway, this was my wheelhouse, as you say.
Mm-hmm.
I just knew them all.
I think every crossword is your wheelhouse.
No.
I mean, there wasn't a lot of pop culture here, although we did have 48 down, 1980s skating great Thomas, Debbie.
Mm-hmm.
I went for Deb, D-E-B-B, before. Did you know Debbie Thomas?
Yes, I did.
Okay, in your wheelhouse. How about, this isn't really pop culture, but 29 down, world's fastest shark up to 46 mph, Mako.
Yes.
Did you know that?
No. I got that. I got most of it with the across.
Oh, okay.
We did have our favorite SNL player, 65 across, Sherry, formerly of SNL, Sherry O'Terry.
Yes.
So
That's the one piece of pop culture that I remember.
Yes.
And I'd like to implore anyone else who is a pop culture person, please change your last name so it rhymes with your first, and that way I can remember you. Sherry O'Terry.
But there was a time when Sherry O'Terry was in every other day, and
Really?
I'm never going to forget this person, Sherry O'Terry. So
Well, speaking of being in every other day, we had 60 down, yay. And yay was in, of course, today's. It was also in Saturdays.
Yep.
And it was also in Fridays.
That's right.
It's just like raining yays. The clue today was vote in support. And I'd like to point out when yay first appeared in March of 1943, it was clued as affirmative vote. So they haven't really strayed very much from that.
I was going to say, there's not a whole lot of other clues you can have for yay.
No. I do like the one about blank high, yay high.
Yay high, yes.
And I think This was a Saturday clue by Sam Izersky. 4-word. F-O-R, and then,
Word.
yes, 2 words, 4-word.
4-word, yes.
That sounds like a Sam Izersky clue.
But it is the same essential definition of
Yes.
yay. It's, a positive vote. So,
They did occasionally have one like indeed in Psalms. That was yay.
Yeah.
That was on the tricky side. Oh, and its anagram is a synonym of itself. Whoa, I and yay.
Yes.
That's brilliant.
Uh-huh.
David J. Kahn, March 25th, 1999.
Wow.
A date that will live in infamy because of that really great clue.
That is. So one down clue I hadn't really ever heard before, 40 down. Do a Google search on one's own name is an example of EGOSURF.
EGOSURF.
I've heard, ego trip,
Sure.
but EGOSURF. You ever
Yes.
EGOSURF?
No, I know enough not to ego surf. I do not want to know what my students think about me.
Uh-huh.
And I would probably discover that if I went ego surfing.
Uh-huh. Yep.
We had 1 down. Cuban cocktails garnished with mint leaves.
Yes.
I'm going to guess it's pronounced mojitos.
That is correct.
All right, I'm on my way to learning Spanish.
Yes.
I've learned not to say J as J.
Mojito. No.
Mojitos.
Uh-huh.
We had 38 down. Marcus, who co-founded MGM, Marcus Lowe.
That's right.
Okay, now do you think he was the first M or the second M of MGM?
I don't know.
Turns
No,
out
it was Metro Goldwyn Mayer. No, he wasn't any of them.
no. He was the. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
oh. So it was a trick question when I asked you if he was the first or the second.
Yes.
But he was actually the person who apparently founded it. Mm-hmm. And the G and the M came along for the ride. At least that was my understanding.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I like the fact we had 44 down was clued as bread box, and the answer was toaster.
Right.
And then we had 54 across, which was bread box for short, and that was ATM.
Yes, I thought that was very
Yeah,
funny.
nice juxtaposition there. And again, my favorite word, 46 down, Superman to Lex Luthor, nemesis.
Nemesis.
It
yes.
just sounds evil.
It does. It does. So,
We had 58 down, Kilimanjaro and Denali, Abra, MTS for mountains,
that's correct.
to go along with the Alps that we had somewhere else in the grid.
Alps, I don't remember that, but it was probably in there. Oh, it's 34 down.
Yeah, Swiss peaks. So we had Alps, we had mountains, we had fast-moving sharks, we had everything in this crossword.
We did.
We also had an advertisement for the metric system, 28 across, 5,280 feet, 1 mile.
That is correct.
I wonder how many people actually know that number now.
Oh, I learned it in school.
Really?
I think most people learned that. Yeah.
And did you still remember it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Have you ever checked?
No.
Okay. Me neither. We had 13 down. Spa sounds was Ahs, A-H-S. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
And I think that is probably it for today.
Okay.
So thanks everyone for listening.
Yes.
Hope you're enjoying these podcasts. Please let us know, crosswordpodcast at iCloud.com.
Yep.
We're off to do some serious election night television watching.
Ooh.
And we will be back again with possibly the results, but definitely our analysis of tomorrow's crossword tomorrow.
And Triplet Tuesday.
And Triplet Tuesday. Yes, indeed. All of that and more tomorrow.
Bye-bye.